Welcome back to another episode of the Scholar Budget podcast, where we help students like you to earn a debt-free degree. And today we're talking about opportunity, specifically an opportunity with a better chance, which is a phenomenal program helping students to really break through barriers and turn their dreams into a reality. And I'm speaking to Francisco Tezen, who is the president and CEO of A Better Chance. He joined A Better Chance after 2 decades of creating and managing growth, visibility, and partnership strategies for educational and social service organizations with community-based national and global reach. Francisco is a native New Yorker of Peruvian and African American descent, and A Better Chance's mission and work is very personal to him, as he is also an alumnus of the Oliver Scholars Program, which actually helped him gain access to a transformative educational experience at Packer, a Brooklyn-based independent school. He then went to earn his BA in History and Latin American Studies at Wesleyan University and his master's in nonprofit management. And so Francisco is a product of this amazing program, A Better Chance. So get locked in, grab your notes, grab your pen, and see if this is an opportunity that your scholar should be taking advantage of. You're listening to the Scholar Budget Podcast, where we teach you how to earn a debt-free degree, grow your money, and claim every opportunity with your name on it. I'm your host, Raquel Bartoli. Let's jump right in. Hello, Francisco. Welcome to the podcast. We are so excited to have you join us. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. It's a pleasure to be here with you, Rocky, and I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Awesome. So let's jump right in because there's a lot that our audience wants to know about this amazing program. So can you start by telling us more about who you are and what you do?
My pleasure. Again, my name is Francisco Tezen, and I am the president and CEO of A Better Chance. A Better Chance for over 60 years has been working with talented students of color and their families to help gain access to some of the most incredible schools around the country, transformative educational experiences that help our scholars access college and career opportunities, and is really an association with our organization over the course of their lifetimes. And I've
Wow.
been working in this space for over 20 years, working for educational, human, and social service organizations, and thrilled to have been be leading A Better Chance now since 2020.
Nice. And so can you share a little bit more about your journey to becoming the president and CEO of A Better Chance? Is this something you always envisioned, or how did that happen?
Well, we have to go back to when I was about 12 or 13 years old, and I'll explain why. So, I am an alum of an access organization that was founded and established to support students in New York City and was inspired
Okay.
by A Better Chance. And so, through that program, I earned a scholarship to a wonderful independent day school here in New York City called the Packer Collegiate Institute. And that educational experience propelled me to college, grad school, and ultimately a career. And through
Nice.
that program, I gained access to so many incredible experiences, both within the classroom, but also external to it, including my first internships, my first jobs. And my mother, seeing my experience and the power of programs like A Better Chance and the one I graduated from, is that there's this incredible multiplier effect. And so my mother,
Mm-hmm.
seeing my journey, once I graduated from college, she said, it's my turn. And growing up, my
Wow, love
mom,
that.
did everything to put food on the table so that my dad was a cab driver at one time. My mom was a home care attendant, a housekeeper. But when I graduated from college, my mom, witnessing my journey, said, it's my turn. She went on to get her GED, her bachelor's, her master's, and I call her Dr. Mom because she now
Oh,
has her
I love it.
PhD in occupational therapy. But
That's so
it's
awesome.
not lost on me that that doesn't happen if she didn't see my educational experience, my journey, and it helped her to even think for herself to reimagine what was possible. And
Mhm.
so those experiences, and I think about all the students who were in classrooms with me throughout before I gained access to this incredible educational experience at Packer, they were just as talented, just as smart, but they didn't necessarily have the supports. They didn't have organizations like the one I was a part of to help them gain access and to cross those thresholds into these incredible experiences. And so my career is always focused on really whether I was working for a higher education institution, workforce development, or an anti-poverty program. The through line that connects all of these experiences was a desire to bridge gaps in access to
Right.
opportunity. And organizations that were pioneering solutions to help individuals and families secure sustainable pathways to better livelihoods. And so, in many respects, being the CEO of A Better Chance is full circle for me.
I hear that clearly. And one word that kept popping up is access. And so a better chance, along with a ton of other organizations are really trying to give students access to opportunities. And then when you have individuals like yourself who are a product of your passion, like you're doing something you're passionate about, but you were in the trenches, you were in the program, and so that's amazing to see that full circle. And kudos to mom, Dr. Mom, for doing her thing. I love it. I'm pretty sure you were like a part of her inspiration. So yeah,
No, it's incredible. It's an
awesome.
incredible feeling. And, I think, again, it's for me being at a better chance is really paying forward the investment that was made in me and my family all those years ago, and really locking arms with an alumni community that is now 20,000 strong, doing incredible things
Wow.
in this world.
I love it. And Francisco, can you tell us about the process? Like what does it look like to be a part of a better chance, like from application to implementation to like graduation? Can you take us through that flow so our parents and students can have a visual of what this program looks like?
Absolutely. So we work with students as young as the fourth grade. We open up our application season every year around February. And it's an
Okay.
opportunity for students and their families to apply to the program. Now, that application process, once they apply and if they're accepted into our cohort, they work with our schools and placements team. And our schools and placements team works with our families to really help one enhance their visibility into what the educational possibilities are. We work with over 200 member schools around the country, predominantly
Nice.
independent day and boarding schools. And it's an opportunity for our families to really get a sense of the landscape. We also provide services to help them begin to think about their school list, help them prepare for their school interviews, help them navigate the testing process. And it's all designed to really prepare them. So it's a 14-month journey, which is a long
Wow.
time, to really
Hmm.
prepare them for what is a very rigorous and intensive admissions process.
Okay.
Upon, if they are able to be placed and become a scholar, so they're placed at one of our member school partners, then we have follow-on services through our scholar and alumni success team. And that's where we really emphasize and say, okay, our students are going to some of the best schools in the country. Where can we continue to add value throughout their experience? And
Right.
through surveys, through town halls with our families around the country, what we've been able to learn is that college exploration and career exploration were the two areas where our families wanted additional support. And so we've continued to provide a college series. We're actually about to embark on that. We have an 8-part college series this summer for all of our
Nice.
scholars. And it's an opportunity for them, similar to what we did during placement, whether they're getting placed in middle school or looking to get placed in the high school. We are helping them navigate their options and choices when it comes to college. How do they think about their
Okay.
college list? How do they think about navigating financial aid? We engage some of our college affiliate partners who come in and lead those sessions. So we might have the head of financial aid at one of our college affiliates come in and actually support our students and
Right.
help them navigate what their options are. We help them on essay writing. So really sort of step by step walking through that process. And then we also offer college career exploration programming. We have a career week, which takes place every March, 30 hours of programming to help introduce our scholars to different career possibilities, different industries, different
Mhm.
verticals, and also a how-to series so that they are working on their networking skills, how they build out their LinkedIn page, how do they
Oh my
design and
God.
craft their resumes. So it really is about propelling our students and our scholars to leverage these incredible educational opportunities into what's next.
Wow, this is way beyond just placement in a great school. Full wraparound services based on what I hear. And so I can only imagine when these scholars walk away from a program like this, they're like overqualified when they hit the books in college. Like they've got their networking skills, they know what they're going for, they know how to communicate and show up in a big way because that confidence has been instilled in them because they've been in a community like this to get that support. And so I know that you have programs all over the country, but can you kind of name some states or maybe some cities in which your programs are offered? Like, because I know I have people from all over, listening, but they might think, well, is this offered in Texas, Georgia, Florida? So can you kind of speak to that?
Absolutely. So we are engaging and working with students around the country, upwards of 20 markets around the country. Our core markets where our highest concentration of scholars are in the New York metropolitan area, so tri-state, the Northeast, New England, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, San Francisco, Bay Area, and Los Angeles. But for families who are interested and would consider boarding school options, we definitely have flexibility. And again, we are engaging and working with families in over 20 markets around the country.
And so, what kind of scholar would you say is a good fit for this program?
So typically, when we think about our scholars, they have consistently performed at or above grade level in math and English. They generally
Okay.
have an overall academic average of a B plus or better. They tend to rank in the top 10% of their class, and they're very much engaged in their community. They participate in extracurricular activities, both within and outside of school. And it's really
Mm.
important for us because we want to see that leadership potential. And so that's a key aspect of the admissions process as well. And then we also rely on teacher recommendations and other recs from folks in these young people's lives who are part of their support system and who are recommending them for this next step in their journey.
Everything you shared literally, because this podcast is about having access to resources and scholarships and helping students to know they can go to college debt free. And everything that your program is looking for, literally the scholarships are looking for the same thing. Students who are academically doing their best, showing up with the A's and B's, extracurricular activities, and just being very involved in their community. So, based on what you shared, students who are in a better chance are literally hitting two things at one time. I'm developing all these skills that I'm going to need to be able to translate to be able to apply for scholarships and secure them. So amazing, amazing program. And now the parents. What do parents do once their scholar is in a program like this? What kind of requirement is placed on the parent? How are they supposed to support and show up to make sure that the scholar takes full advantage of what a better chance has to offer?
Well, parents are a huge driver of this process. And I think from the outside looking in, folks will say, okay, they're an educational organization. So their primary sort of client is the young people and the students. And I would say it's
Yeah.
actually the families because parents are such a huge driver of this process. So it's not exclusively the young folks who are scholars and looking to gain access to these schools because at the end of the day, parents have to fill out these application forms. They have to fill out the tuition assistance forms. They have to navigate scheduling of interviews, of testing. So there is so much work that parents are doing in order to ensure that their young people are able to take advantage of these opportunities. And
Doing
so, when I think
right.
about who do we serve, I always say it is young people and parents and guardians, because they are a big part of this process. And as I know, even from my own personal story, it also can change and have ripple effects on the larger family. And so to
Yes.
that end, we're also thinking about how do we develop more programming and support to help parents. And so, for instance, when a family comes into our cohort and they're preparing to apply to one of our member school partners, we have a parent buddy program. So the parents of existing scholars work with new parents who are just entering the process to be their support system.
Nice.
And that's
That's
crucial,
beautiful.
especially when we might have parents who English is their second language. And so we're also
Right.
really mindful of, Spanish speakers, Mandarin speakers, French speakers who can help those families in particular. So we do a lot of work in terms of making sure that match is there so that new parents have the support that they need. Now, once
Yeah.
they have scholars in their family and they've secured placement, we also have parent resource groups. Taking a page out of corporate Amerifet, folks who might be working at companies, there are resource groups. So we have resource groups for our parents, and it's an opportunity for them to continue to build community with one another and to tackle difficult or challenging issues, but to have that support system and also invite external experts to come in and speak to them about issues of mental health, helping their child navigate a new environment. And so there's a range of issues and topics that the parent resource groups cover and tackle. But it's a big part of the experience and building community.
Beautiful. So these parents have fully supported throughout the process. So you're not alone, parents, as you start to look at this amazing program. And I know sometimes you see all the things that are required and know that you're fully supported. You just got to start the process because at the end of the day, it's for your scholars and it's a big faith to great things. And what about those parents who, they hear this and they're like, I have a third grade scholar right now, and I want to be able to apply post fourth grade. What are some things you suggest that parents can start doing with their scholars intentionally to prepare them to apply for a program like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's never too early. And so for us, typically families are engaging with us and applying in the fourth grade, or applying in the seventh grade because the sixth grade entry point and the ninth grade entry point are kind of the natural onboarding ramps to our member schools.
Okay.
So as you're thinking
Mm-hmm.
about, those opportunities, I think it's reviewing um, who we typically admit and being able to have that conversation, say, are we prepared or ready? And if we're not, then
Right.
taking the time to ensure that, getting those grades up, that there are those extracurricular activities that you can point to. There's a certain level of preparedness. I also think something that
Mm,
may not be as intuitive or top of mind is also the importance of sort of time management and project management. Again, imagine you're
yeah.
applying to 7 or 8 schools and you're having to fill out all these forms, applications, etc. So, having strong project management and time management skills is also important. And it is something of a muscle that you have to develop, particularly as you're going through this. And it's great preparation as well for the college process. So that's
Exactly.
another area that, is really, really important is sort of having those time management and project management skills and is an important part of preparedness.
Beautiful. And Francisco, as we get ready to close out, are there any specific inspiring success stories of any students who benefited a Better Chances mission and program?
Absolutely. There are two stories that come to mind because we have our Scholar Award winners. So we recognize our seniors every year at a benefit dinner, which takes place in October. And so I had the benefit of reading several applications, and my team it's so amazing to think about all the incredible things our students are doing. But two scholars
Right.
really jump out and come to mind. One who was really passionate about robotics, AI, and has been doing a lot of work there. And in high school, so she is a high school senior, she'll be going to college in the fall. She was working towards using technology to design a device that monitors a user's exposure to UV rays to protect patients who suffer from lupus. And her mom was diagnosed with
Wow.
lupus in 2022. And if you're not familiar with lupus, you can experience extreme fatigue, joint aches, pain that can really take a toll. And so to make everyday
Mm,
life better, so borrowing from these academic educational experiences and summer programs and robotics, In STEM,
Yes.
she is working towards creating an earpiece device that tracks lupus patients' exposure to UV rays and sunlight as a means of
Look at
creating a
that.
device that helps patients to monitor their exposure and that prevent flare-ups before they happen. Incredible. Another student
Wow.
who's one of our award winners, she and her team at school are recipients of a Lemelson MIT grant for tackling real-world problems, and in this case, in the era of wildfire protection. And their invention is an automated rooftop sprinkler system that uses infrared technology to target and extinguish embers from wildfires. And for her, it was
Look at
personal.
that.
If been watching the news, just the wildfires issue on the West Coast, and she's from LA, but also her dad is a firefighter. And so there's this match between passion and purpose and leveraging the
Love it.
experiences and the incredible resources at some of these incredible schools that they're attending.
Man, that's like inspiring because you know that everything you're working on is going to become that full product and they're going to be on CNN or someone's talk show very soon talking about their product and bringing it back to, your mission or what you're doing with these scholars. So kudos to you, Francisco, and to the entire team and network and parents and students and alumni that continue to pour into scholars and to provide this program because so many parents and students need it. So, is there anything else that you'd like to share with our scholars and parents before we close out?
Well, thank you first and foremost for having me on the podcast. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I would encourage folks to visit our website and learn more at abetterchance.org. Keep in mind that our application season will be opening early in the new year in 2025. So keep an eye out in February 2025. And you can even go on now and submit an interest form. And certainly find other ways to support our work, whether it be volunteerism, making a donation, and you can always find us on social media using our handle at A Better Chance on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and Facebook.
Wonderful.
Hey there, I hope you were taking notes and you're ready to implement what you heard. If this podcast inspired you or helped you in any way, I would love for you to subscribe, follow, and share this with a student, parent, or educator you care about because sharing is caring. Also, your feedback means a lot. So please leave a written review of this show on Apple Podcasts. And if you ever want to connect outside of the podcast, you can find us at The Scholar Budget on Insta or the Book of Faces. So until next time, shine bright and put in the work so we can make those dreams a reality. Bye!